Okay, everything's set and ready, and we're gonna talk about a forgotten game that it's no reboot or remake. A plain simple story is a monkey named Spanky who was minding in his own business until the witch it traps him in the building and turns his beloved fruit into monsters with cartoon and gloves and shoes and arms and legs and eyes and mouths. This one is pretty much a hit and miss to other forgotten games. This one's plain and simple. You're basically playing a monkey that bounces those orbs to change them into ball weapons of destruction, whether they're baseball, football, beach ball, soccer ball, or basketballs to wipe out enemies quickly as possible. You'll also end up in a random bonus area if you find them, and you'll try to earn enough extra lives. But be careful, Spanky will instantly die in a couple of one of those one hit, you'll die. So get ready to be dying a lot in this game. Because Spanky the monkey stupid commercial. As I was saying, and you do platforming here and there, collect keys to unlock doors. Sometimes Spanky will wear some random hats in all 6 levels and fight amazing bosses. What I might have to do this review quickly as possible to be less than probably 10 minutes of me talking about these games as quickly as possible. I don't got much else to say about Spanky's Quest. I do remember playing this game when I was younger. I have problems trying to get through these stages without dying. Taking one single hit, you'll be dead. I usually use cheat codes to get to the very end of the final stage, but I still couldn't beat it. Then I'll give this game credit, the graphics look pretty good. The game came out in 1991. Good soundtrack, sound effects, getting high scores like any classic early 90s games that were from the good old classic 90s games from the Super Nintendo gameplay. I find Spanky the monkey kinda cute, because everything in this game is adorably weird at times, but yet pretty good. But if you like to play a monkey that gets this far into a game and try to get to the very end without dying, and it's actually a pretty good game. It's pretty much worth your time. It might take you like probably 2 hours of gameplay, but if you're like me and want to finish the game off right away, you can use cheat codes to get to the very end. Very short password. Which I'm okay with this game being perfectly well played for young kids their age. And that's basically all I'll do in this game, is just get to the very end of the stage, inches, and finish off the bosses. Will I recommend this game? Well, yes. It's actually a pretty good game. It's really fun and it's pretty great. So I give Spanky's Quest a 7 out of 10 being a pretty fun-filled game. So on to the next one. Next we get to talk about Chester Cheetah, Too Cool to Fool. Another classically good game from the early 90s. Platforming gameplay. And for the Sega Genesis. Oh yeah, now we're getting to the good parts. I remember playing this game when I was a kid. I couldn't get to the final stage because it was impossibly hard. As everybody knows about Chester the Cheetah, now he's a famous mascot for commercials to make sure their children around the world, including teenagers like myself and grown adults, enjoy the rest of his food products of Cheetos of ham on it. I mean, in the early 90s, they like to make mascots like Chester Cheetah have his own video games. Yep. Food product characters from the commercial times had their own video games too. What we're focusing on right now is Chester Cheetah, who gets his own game, and even there's no story to say about this game. You're just basically playing Chester the Cheetah that gets to the very end of the levels to the very end of the game. This is basically all you do is go underground, which is the only time they use this in the first stage. And like any type of platforming game, he can jump on enemies. It's just like Mario does. And have Cheetah pause for health on how many lives he can carry. I find this game pretty fun and good to play. Great soundtrack. Good graphics. This is actually a pretty fun-filled game to play. Interesting bosses. Including the Animal Hunter and his hench dog. Trying to stop Chester the Cheetah to get this far in. Not to mention items will have Chester the Cheetah get to collect more Cheetos. Those give him extra lives. And pretty funny, animation. And Chester the Cheetah. Chester the Cheetah is a pretty cool platforming game of several levels. It's pretty basically great platforming style. You'll have the invisibility guitar, which will make Chester the Cheetah go invisible and wipe out enemies, but you won't have control until it wears off. I forgot to mention, and this game is also on Super Nintendo as well. I actually like this game because it has beautiful background. Are well done made. It's pretty amazing that they made games like these on them good, and yet collect pieces for his vehicle. That's basically it. Is this game really that good? Well, yes. This game will be pretty much worth your time and effort into it. If you have Chester the Cheetah, but too cool to fool, this game will be basically for you to enjoy. If this game a 7 out of 10, being a pretty good platforming game. Alright, one more game, and it's Chester's Wild Wild Quest. Like the same company, but this game has better graphics. In this one, you have to find buried treasure. I also remember playing this game when I was younger. It's pretty good. It's really great. It has a pretty interesting gameplay. And amazing bosses. And like any type of game, it's platforming and you're collecting enough cheetah paws for extra life. And several levels. And collecting treasure maps. That's all you do in this game. And have bags of Cheetos. Those that'll make them go invisible. You can run fast like Sonic. You can jump higher. Had to beat the time limit. I would say this one is actually better than the first one. Because it's actually tons of fun. And then great soundtrack. This game is actually way cooler than the first one I just explained about. I forget to mention this one. It's called Wild Wild Quest because I said it has the same word quest as the first one I just said about Spanky's quest. Anyways, just like in the chests are too cool to fool, you can jump on enemies as well. But make sure he doesn't take too much damage and you'll die and have to start the game all over again. This one has pretty great backgrounds too. Is this game fun? Yes, it is. It's actually way funner than the last one I just explained. This game does kind of relate to like Sonic or Mario. Or in a sort of way. Not to mention you have to beat the time limit and get high scores like usual. I find Chester or Cheetah Wild Wild Quest to be a way better game than the first one. If you're like a huge cheetah fan, and like I am that likes eating his Cheetos, you might actually find this game fun to enjoy. So I had to give Chester Wild Wild Quest as being a pretty much way better than the last one. Again. Make sure you get enough treasure. Use the treasure map and get to the final boss. And end up racing to the very end of the game. I almost forgot this is a sequel. Anyhow, I get this game an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching for me to talk about all 3 interesting games in one video. I'll see you all when I talk about other long forgotten games that deserve to have a reboot in the near future. See you then. And leave a like and subscribe. Even more views and likes. reacts to this video. See you then, folks.